Hello students, you are most welcome here in this chapter first class 10, that is resources. Let's see. On the basis of origin, we have to study here the types of resources. These are obtained from the parts of our system. So here we have to read first of all the biotic resources. The biotic resources are obtained from biosphere and have life such as human beings, flora and fauna, fishes, livestock, etc. It's very easy to understand what is biotic resources. All the living things which is defined as human beings and all the animals and vegetables in our biosphere, that is known as the biotic resources. And just its opposite, you have to understand here what is abiotic resources. The abiotic resources, all those things which are composed of non-living things are called abiotic resources. For example, rocks and metal. Means to say that students, just opposite of the biotic resources, all the non-living things, like that rocks and metals, which is also found in our biosphere, in our environment, is known as the abiotic resources. Now, on the basis of exhaustibility, you have to read the resources. First of all, renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources you have to read here. First of all, the resources which can be renewed or reproduced by physical, chemical or mechanical process are known as renewable or replenishable resources. Means all the resources that can be renewed or reproduced by physical or chemical or mechanical process, and it is also known as renewable resources. For example, solar and wind energy, water, forest and wild. उदाहरण के लिए आप कह सकते हैं सोलर को, वाइंड एनर्जी को, वाटर को, फॉरेस्ट, वाइल्ड लाइफ को. ये जितनी चीज़ें हैं सब रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेस हैं. इसको हम फिर से रिप्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं एंड इट कैन बी आल्सो सेड एज कंटिन्यूअस और फ्लो रिसोर्सेस. नाउ you understand here next the non-renewable resources. Non-renewable resources occur over a very long geological time. Minerals, fossils, fuels are example of such resources. These resources take millions of years in their formation, and such of the resources like metals are recyclable, and same like fossil fuels cannot be recycled and get exhausted with the air. So you can understand here first of all about non-renewable resources, that minerals and fossil fuels. That is known as जीवाश्म. Fossil fuels are example of such resource, means non-renewable resource. Now, on the basis of owners, individual resource, these are also owned privately by individual. Many farmers own land. Many farmers own land which is allotted to them by government against the payment of revenue. In villages there are people with land ownership, but there are many who are landless. Urban people own plots, house, other property, plantations, pasture land, ponds, water in wells, etc. are some of the examples of resources. Ownership by individuals. Make a list of resources owned by your house. All the things that is your private property, and there is a privately rights for those property and the land and as some land also which is in the hand of the people's farmers, and they pay revenue to the government, and also pasture land, ponds, water in wells. These are the examples of resources ownership by individuals. So we can say that these are the individual resources. Now the community owned resources. The community owned resources are resources which are accessible to all the members of community: village common, grazing ground, burial ground, village pond, etc., public park, plain spots, पिकनिक स्पॉट्स एक्सेट्रा. तो जितनी भी प्लेस हैं, जितनी भी रिसोर्सेस हैं जिसके ऊपर कॉमन अधिकार है, चाहे वो पार्क की बात हो, पब्लिक प्लेस की बात हो, बरियल ग्राउंड की बात हो, पॉन्ड की बात हो, पास्चर्स की बात हो, कॉमन प्लेस की बात हो, मीटिंग प्लेस की बात हो, ये सारे जो होते हैं इनको हम कम्युनिटी ओन्ड रिसोर्सेस बोलते हैं. प्लेग्राउंड इन अर्बन एरिया आर डिफेक्ट एक्सेसिबल टू ऑल द पीपल लिविंग इन. बहुत अर्बन एरिया में गवर्नमेंट ने बहुत से पार्क को, बहुत से प्ले ग्राउंड्स को, ओपन फील्ड्स को रखा हुआ है. उसको गवर्नमेंट अपने नाम से उसको रखी हुई इसलिए कि फॉर दिस दैट प्लेस विल बी यूज्ड कॉमनली फॉर ईच एंड एवरी पीपल who live in this country, live in that particular area. That will be beneficial for everyone, and if those places will not be left there, definitely the place will be captured by the private peoples, the private properties, capitalist and others. So natural resources. Technically, all the resources belong to the nation. The country has legal power to acquire even private property for good, public good. You might have seen roads, canals, railways being constructed, fields owned by some individual. Urban development authorities get empowered by the government to acquire land. All the minerals, water resources, forest, wildlife, land within the political boundaries and oceanic area up to 12 nautical miles from the coast termed as territorial water and resources therein belong to the nation. So these are the natural resources students. Technically that is used for the people and belong to the nation, and the country has also legal power to acquire the private property for public good. Government took care of those property, government spent money for those property, and there were some individuals responsible authority to care of those property. All these property are under the national resources, and these are the property are here mentioned as the 12 nautical miles from the coastal term areas and all the resources area. Okay. International resources. There are international institutions which regulate some resources. The oceanic resources beyond 200 km of the exclusive economic zone belong to open ocean, and no individual country can utilize this without the concurrence of international institutions. So student, in this world there is an international organization, and the international organization took care the all matter and resources here in their country. So the oceanic resources also beyond 200 km of the area is known as the exclusive economic zone, and nobody can utilize, no country can utilize the benefits of this particular area without the interference of the international institution. This and such type of resources are known as the international resources. Now, on the basis of status of development, potential resources which are found in a region but have not been utilized. For example, the western parts of India, particularly Rajasthan, Gujarat, have enormous potentials for the development of wind and solar energy, but so far these have not been developed properly. पोटेंशियल जो रिसोर्सेस होते हैं एक रीजन में, स्पेशल रीजन में पाए जाते हैं और इनको यूटिलाइज नहीं किया जा सकता। एग्जांपल के लिए जो वेस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया में, चाहे राजस्थान और गुजरात में जो है डेवलपमेंट ऑफ विंड और सोलर एनर्जी को हम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जितना डेवलपमेंट हम कर रहे हैं उसको प्रॉपरली अभी और ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि हमारे पास विंड और सोलर एनर्जी का एक बहुत बड़ा स्टॉक है और उस स्टॉक का हम मैक्सिमम यूज कर सकते हैं। वी कैन यूज द सोलर एनर्जी बाय द विंड मिल, वी कैन प्रोड्यूस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी with the help of solar energy and wind. So we have lot of opportunity in this coastal area, and there we can use it in a plenty of measures. So such type of resources are known as the potential resources. Now, developed resources which are surveyed and their quality and quantity have been determined for utilization. The developed of resources depends on technological and level of their feasibility. So students, the resources which are surveyed on the basis of their quality and quantity, on the basis of their beneficiary system, beneficiary advantage, those are determined for utilization. बिना उस रिसोर्स का चेकअप किए, उसकी क्लियरेंस निकाले, उसको यूटिलाइजेशन के लिए गवर्नमेंट नहीं छोड़ सकती है, क्योंकि मे बी देयर विल बी अ साइड इफेक्ट ऑफ दोज रिसोर्सेज. So without the inquiry of those particular resources, it is impossible to utilize it. So the developing of resources depends in technology and level of their feasibility.